Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. It literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys. Wake up there. All right, it is the weekend. It is Saturday, and we're here. Another day. I got to tell you, last night I got woken up about 3 o'clock of the morning with a big boom. We had the worst thunderstorm come through. It literally felt like the house was shaking, and I could not get to sleep. And I'm kind of technology challenged, and I'm sitting there surfing the television, trying to find something good to watch. And I don't know how to do Netflix and all that stuff, and all the streaming. I just use the regular cable channels. Only thing I could find was Karate Kid last night. Not that Karate Kid was a bad movie, but remembering what that guy who's doing all the commercials now, where he's the nice guy, karate, dojo instructor, he looked a lot different there about 30, 40 years ago. But then again, I guess I did too. So I'm hoping that all of us are sitting at home, hunkering down. Honestly, if it hasn't hit your area, congratulations to you. Congratulations. You're one of the lucky ones. You're not in some of these areas that have been locked down for a bit. You need to heed the warnings. This is not the time to be out, lollygagging around and, it's not me. It's not going to be me. It can be you. And when it's you, then it's going to be some other people around you. So listen to when people say, don't have contact with others. You got kids. You don't want to keep the kids in the house because it's going to drive you crazy. It's great that they're going outside to play, but keep your kids away from other kids. And because kids are hard headed, you know, they're hard headed. What you got to understand is you don't know. If you've ever seen the movie Fallen, Denzel Washington in it, and it's this evil spirit, the devil, and he occupies people, okay, and does bad things, just takes control of their body. And Denzel is trying to stop him, and he ends up killing these people, and then the entity goes from one person to the next person and just keeps living on through another one. That's what this is. It's invisible. You don't know. It just gets you, grabs a hold of you, and passes on to the next person. So if we want to get back to our jobs, going out and hanging with others, going to the club getting tipsy, going to football games and tailgating, we have to stop right now, okay? And it seems like every day it gets a little closer to home. You're now beginning to know a friend that's got a friend that works at a hospital, or a friend that's got a friend that has a parent that has it, or a friend that has a friend that has a friend that, somebody they know died. Each day gets closer and closer, where it all of a sudden hits you in the face that this shit's real. Don't wait. Keep your ass at home. Now, next week on the 2nd, I'll be getting some more Jobu shot glasses. Instead of spread the mojo, because we don't want to spread anything, on the back of it, it's got a guy bent over. It says, keep your ass at home. Shout out to Brian from SoCal. I'm going to be giving some of those away. New channel members, they get them. Tailgate members, they'll get them. And you need to keep your ass at home. If you need to have a shot or a drink or something like that, these times are definitely called for. But keep your ass at home. All right, that's not what you tuned in here. We got enough doom and gloom all over the place, but I'm just trying to reduce the doom and gloom. So we're open for business here. And we hear late last night that Michael Bennett has been mulling over whether he wants to retire or not. Michael Bennett, he's not the guy he was a few years ago when he was a three-time Pro Bowler and things, but he actually did pretty good. The fact that he played for us last year, half the season, he ended up having, I think, 5 sacks on the season, 5.5 sacks. He had as many as DeMarcus Lawrence, and he was disruptive. Now, I don't know what he's looking for salary wise. His last deal was 2 years, 16 million. He recognizes that this is on the tail end. I don't see him going to a team that's rebuilding. I think he's going to try and go to a team that he believes is going to be able to challenge for a Super Bowl. I don't know how his experience was with the Cowboys. I don't know if the Cowboys are still interested. But for me, defensive line is key. The Dallas Cowboys, throughout this tumultuous period, have focused on everything but the defensive line. The defensive line has kind of been an afterthought. And when you think back to Tony Romo's career, for example, for the first half of his career, we didn't value offensive linemen the way we do now. It used to be we were getting guys that were older or guys that were, maybe not great players or drafted late in the draft. They figured you could just put, it's an offensive lineman. Anybody can be an offensive lineman. The fact that they used to call them, you're not skilled players because you say your wide receiver, he's skilled. You say your running back has got skills. Your quarterback got skills. Well, I got to tell you, if you're a left tackle and having to take on a defensive end that's running a 4.6, you got to have some skills. And the Cowboys learned after they got Tyron Smith and Travis Frederick and Zach Martin, wow, we can control the clock because we can run the football. If we can run the football, it's going to help us to keep our quarterback upright. And the reverse is the same for the defense. If we can control the line of scrimmage, if we can prevent the other team from being able to run the football, they become one-dimensional. They become one-dimensional, you've got better odds of getting takeaways or stopping them or forcing them into an error. I have always liked a big man in the middle. Just big, mean, sloppy, nasty. I like defensive tackles that can stop the run. I understand Rob Martinelli's fascination with racing lizards, guys that are really, really fast, that he can stunt. Stunts are great. Stunts are great because it surprises the guys. It keeps the offensive line with the head on a swivel. And when you have fast guys that work. But the problem with the stunting defense is it sucks against the run. When they start figuring out how you're stunting and where you're stunting from, you can run and catch them in the stunts. And that's what happened to the Dallas Cowboys more times than not. That's why you see a guy like Mitch Trubisky go all the way, which was a straight-up disgrace. So the Cowboys have been addressing these deficits. And with a change of coaches, maybe a change of philosophy, you can see the Cowboys' defensive line is getting more and more physical. Now, I know Gerald McCoy is up there a little bit. DeMontre Poe is up there a little bit and things. But you can see that they are changing this defensive line to be more physical, to be bigger, to be stronger, to be able to put pressure on it. So here we have, courtesy of NFL Network and stuff, they got a few highlights of Gerald McCoy because somebody last night, maybe I won't be able to play it. We've been having issues with the internet and things. It's been a little bit slower lately, and I think it's because we have so many people who are now using the internet. But Gerald McCoy, this is last year because I had some people saying, oh, he's washed up. He's old. You can't rely on him. He can't do anything. Well, I got to tell you, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty good hit right there. Seems like he's a pretty good rub stuffer to me. That was better than what I saw last season from our Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. I'm just seeing a push up the middle that I haven't seen. So you get him out at tackle. You get Dontari Poe in the middle. You get a D-Law on the outside. Maybe an Antoine Woods on the other side at the other tackle. Maybe a Tyrone Crawford outside. That's a formidable front. And the other big change is, that's if we go ahead and go 3-4. We're going to be doing multiple defenses. But even if we end up having DeMontre Poe and we end up having McCoy as the nose tackles and end up having D-Law and, say, Tyrone Crawford outside, that's still pretty good. Or Randy Gregory. So the focus is at the point of attack. And I got to tell you, I'm excited about that. When you see a big man up the middle getting upfield and getting after that quarterback and being relentless, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And that's one of those improvements that the Dallas Cowboys need. Now, the draft, the Cowboys are setting themselves up to basically take the best player available, be it any position, because they're filling in all these holes. But for me, I don't know what Tristan Hill's going to bring this year. I don't know if the change of coaches is going to bring a new attitude or some of the things we heard about him from college are filtering into the NFL. But for me, I still always believe the biggest bang for your buck is that defensive line. I've seen teams with average offenses and great defenses win Super Bowls. I know Eli Manning is a two-time Super Bowl MVP, but if it wasn't for that defense that they had, they wouldn't have been there. So that's what we got for you this morning. Michael Bennett wants to still play football. Don't know if the Cowboys will have interest, but the Cowboys are definitely looking to make sure that they have a stout defensive line. Remember, guys, please keep your ass at home, okay? There's going to be a lot of people who just think they have a cold or some symptoms that don't seem like much. Oh, that's not it. You don't know. Only 6% of the cases of people who get this will need to be hospitalized. A lot of people will show very few symptoms. May have a cold for a day or two. May feel a little weak or nauseated. Maybe have a little diarrhea. Okay, that's great. I'm happy for you. But you're still a carrier that may pass to somebody who ends up having worse symptoms. This is the time that all of us have to work together, even with Eagle fans. Oh, God. Eagle fans, Giant fans, Redskin fans, all of us got to work together. All right, guys. I'm going to be doing some more work here in the man cave as I go through and get everything put together and change this around. I'm going to be doing some more work here on the set. You notice it's not quite as dusty. I dusted yesterday. Yeah, I'm serious. I dusted. I shampooed the carpet. I've some of the great gifts that you guys have given me. Started putting those things up. So like Stuart Morrison and Joseph Heatherly and Zeppelin fan. I'm trying to coordinate this so we have like sections. So you have the old stadium section, the new section, the United Way section. The Roger Staubach section. I don't know where the Tony Romo section is going to be just yet. I just don't know. But we got to find a place for that. So, as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. I'll see you soon.